Well, this is amazing to actually be back again doing another special with public television. The first one was a wonderful opportunity, and one, I suppose, that we didn't know what would be the outcome of it, but we are just amazed and delighted at the amount of reaction we've got from people all over the United States and Canada as well. And it's just great to have the opportunity to do a second one. We've gone to Branson every year since 1997, and up until this year, I mean, we had built our audience every year, but not so much so that it was making a tremendous difference. And since the airing of the first show for public television, which went out through this past year, the difference in Branson, all 10 shows sold out. In the beginning of the show, I would say, you know, how many people have never seen us before, and 80% of the hands went up. And I would say, well, how many of you have seen us on your PBS station? And almost every hand in the audience, I mean 95% went up and said, yes, we saw the show on PBS. So it's just the power of PBS is incredible. I don't know if everybody realizes, I certainly do now, realize how powerful it is. So I'm delighted to be associated with this station. Well, when we started coming to the States, we went into New York, and I mean, to be able to do Carnegie Hall in the first visit to America is incredible. Such a wonderful experience, and there's something about Carnegie Hall. It's got something, I can't quite put my finger on. There's an atmosphere there before you even sing a note. And then when when the audience comes in and it's full of people, it's just incredible. It was a great honor, and one that I hope that I get again to do a show there. The outcome really of the PBS special being aired is that we almost have to do a tour. It's what we always wanted to do, and what I said, the very first time that I came on PBS, I said our aim would be that maybe we would get to tour the United States, and that looks like coming to pass starting in May of 2003. That we're going to put some shows together in various parts. Obviously, we're not going to get everywhere the first time, but eventually I hope that we get to tour almost anywhere that PBS is, and I suppose that's everywhere. The latter days of 2001, actually on New Year's Eve, I've started getting phone calls to say that I had been named in the Queen Elizabeth's honours list. And to be honest, I thought, first of all, this was kind of a joke. And then I realised that it was actually fact that I was going to receive an MBE, or an honorary MBE, because I'm an Irish and not a British citizen. I got an honorary MBE, which is a member of the British Empire. And I was awarded this, and the citation on the day, I received the award in Dublin from Prince Charles. There was 5 of us on that evening, got honorary awards of different kinds. And when they read out the citation, it was for the services to the music industry. And they also talked about the different charities that I've been involved with, but I think primarily it was for my services to the music industry. And to be honest, as I said, I never would have expected it, but I was delighted to get it. And then after, I suppose, realizing, that this was going to be given to me, I started to wonder how could it be that I would get an award like this. And I found out that members of the British public had written to the Queen, not collectively, but individually, many of them, over a period, saying that they loved the music, that they enjoyed what I did, that it meant whatever to them, and asked her if she could consider me for an award on the honours list. So that again, I suppose, when you think back to getting the Donegal Person of the Year, it comes from the people who enjoy what I do. So I think these things are, you know, all the more worthwhile. And then to be presented by Prince Charles was a great honour too, because first of all we were told that it was the ambassador, the British ambassador to Ireland who would give, and that was fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him either. But you know, when you get it from royalty, you want to be given it, you know, by a royal hand. So it was a grand day. In 1989, I was awarded the Donegal Person of the Year. Now, Donegal is a county in Ireland in the northwest, and every year they pick somebody who was born in the county to be given this award, Donegal Person of the Year. Somebody, I suppose, that they see as prominent. Maybe they have promoted Donegal, or maybe they have gained success, and it could be in any area of, you know, could be in the media, could be in music, could be in whatever area their career has brought them. Or maybe it's somebody that's done a lot for charity. But in 1989, I was awarded the Donegal Person of the Year. And I suppose, to be honest, I have been very fortunate throughout my career to have got many, many awards. But the Donegal Person of the Year still rates as, I think, the one that's most special to me, because it comes from my own people. I started singing when I was 19. My sister Margaret, or Margot as she's known in the music business, at that time had a band and was tremendously successful. So I started travelling with her, and I'd sing, you know, 5 or 6 songs a night. And I pretended to play a guitar. I have to be honest and say pretended, because I couldn't play. I somehow felt if I learned the guitar that I might end up always being in a band. And I really, really wanted to sing more than anything else. But I stayed with Margaret for a couple of years, and that was a wonderful opportunity, because I was able to observe what the music business was like, what it meant for somebody who was successful, what demands were on her. And I mean, I didn't know what way it would turn out for me, but there was nothing about the music business that I felt I would need to be involved in that I disliked. So after 2 years, I made my first record, which was My Donegal Shore and Stand Beside Me. And both these songs were you know, tremendously important, especially My Donegal Shore, because it got me the recognition at home in Ireland, you know, to get that start that I needed. And then in 1986, I got involved with the record company, you know, that I recorded for a long number of years, Ritz Records, up until I started with the present company a couple of years ago. My manager, Sean Riley, became involved, and my present band started in '86. So, I mean, that's really a quick synopsis of how I got started, but I've never really looked back since 1986. November 4th is a very special date because November 4th, 2002, I got married. I turned 40 the December before, and you've heard the expression, I'm sure, that life begins at 40, and it certainly has for me. My wife's name is Magella, and she's actually here with me, and I think maybe I can coax her just to come on screen. She probably won't say nothing. She's very shy. Well, she's not shy when she's trying to tell me what to do, but this is her that won my heart, and I'm a much happier person because of November 4th. I do a lot of different types of music. I sing country and I sing Irish. I do a little bit of sort of 60s music in the live show. But I've done 3 albums so far of inspirational music, and my plan next year is to do another inspirational album. Hymns a mixture of sort of modern and old hymns. And because my first singing was in the chapel. I sang in the choir for as long as I can remember, from I was a very small boy. So I would love if PBS were agreeable that we could do an album of inspirational music and a show, you know, to air on PBS. Well, over the years, I suppose I've been fortunate to be involved with a number of charities, but about 4.5 years ago, I was introduced to a charity called the Romanian Challenge Appeal. Now, this is a charity that works with children who live in an orphanage in a town called Siret in northeastern Romania. And they're really, I suppose when I first found out about it, it was through a neighbour of mine who worked with the charity, and she came home and started to raise money to send a truckload of supplies. And then she asked me if I could do anything. And we both thought maybe a concert. That was the first thought. And then one day I was looking through pictures of the children, and the words of a song that I had been given by a couple who write songs for me called Give a Little Love kept running through my head as I looked at the pictures. I had that done, and then I thought I should really go and make a video, see what this is about. Even though I had been told about the conditions these children lived in, about how difficult the situation was and how much they needed help, maybe I needed to see it for myself. So I went in 1998, and nothing could prepare me for the reality. At first glance, I have to be honest and say, my thought was, Lord, what do you do for these children? Maybe there is nothing. And then I started to, you know, go closer to them, and I'd maybe put my hand on their shoulders, and they would turn around with the grandest smiles, you know, and the biggest bright eyes. You know, their eyes would open up, and they would go from this rocking person to somebody who gained something from just this contact with another human being. So I remember saying to Monica, who's that lady that heads the charity, I said, what do you want to do? And she said, I want to rehouse these children. And I told everybody, every show that I did, I talked about it. I just told the people, and we started to collect. We just had a bucket, and you know, and collected in this bucket many people, and very soon, you know, the first house was built, and soon after that the second, and then it went on to the third and the fourth, and it continues. I mean, whereas I have, you know, done things to raise money, it's really the public, wherever I have gone. Very similar to what, you know, we see on PBS, the general public giving because they know it's a good thing to do. And it's they that have made the difference for the children. And, you know, I hope I can continue to make a difference for them for a long time. I suppose the one thing I'd like to say for people all over the world really is that have allowed me to do what I'm doing. I can never express my gratitude, because from my earliest days when I sang, I was always happier. And to be allowed to do this is a wonderful way to spend your life.